course, who's at the center, always in the mix? Who's always in the mix when something messy goes down? A messy Maurier. Once again, messy Maurier is in the picture, y'all. I tell you, messy Maurier always gonna be around, and he got 9 lives. Messy Maurier has 9 lives, and not only is Maurier a messy, period. Did you see that suitcase of his when he was in the room? He's messy, period. Maurier's whole life is messed up. You could just tell. And if y'all believe one bit, messy Maurier didn't know what he was doing when he delivered that message to Jessica, y'all are wrong. Messy Maurier knew exactly what he was doing because he does what he does best. He's messy. And what he did was he delivered that message, which I'm going to get to about Chris. I'm going to get to it. But he delivered that Chris message to Jessica, who supposedly his connection. He delivered that message on a trash can lid. You know when somebody says something bad about somebody you like, when you finally, you got to tell them. You got to tell them what the other person said. But when you come and you tell them, you try to tell them a little bit more delicately because you know what the person said is going to sting. You know it's going to sting. So you say, you know what, when I tell it to the person that I care about, I'm going to take a little bit off of it, but I'm going to tell them the truth. I am going to tell them the truth, but I'm going to take a little bit off of it. But I'm not going to deliver it on a messy-ass trash can. And that's what Maurier does. Maurier is messy, y'all. He is really, really messy. Then what he did when he delivered the message, he said, some of the guys think you are combative. First of all, some of the guys didn't say it. Some of the guys didn't use the word combative. The only person who used the word combative was Chris. So messy Maurier, if you're going to say that the word combative was going to be used, which I don't even think he should have repeated it, but if you're going to repeat it, you at least shouldn't say some of the guys and throw everybody else in the pot. Don't say that. Just say one of the guys. If you're really going to be messy all the way. Don't be throwing other men in the mix and then running around talking about, I don't know why Chris didn't confess to it. Why Chris didn't confess to it, why did you even bring it up and call it that? And if you were going to bring it up, you should have told the whole damn story. But I'm going to get to that because there's nuances to this review, y'all. There are no, let me use a phrase from my old girl Lee. There's levels. There are levels to this review. It ain't going to be one shot. I'm not going to be team Jessica and team Maurier or team Chris because I'm telling you, I got something to say for all these people because they was all foul. All of them was foul. All of them had some good points, but all of them was foul just as well. But first of all, I'm going to say the Mean Girls live again. They win again. The Mean Girls, I've been telling y'all about Mean Girls, and I've been telling you that they're professionals. Jessica and Janelle are professional mean girls. Listen to me very, very carefully. When I saw that first fight between Janelle and Tequila, I got all over Tequila. Tequila, if you listening to me, I got all over you. I called Tequila ghetto. I said Tequila let Janelle, the mean girl, get the best of her. Because what mean girls and mean people do, because, they come in all shapes, fashions, colors, everything. It ain't just limited to black girls or black women. But we know for sure that Jessica and Janelle are mean girls. But what they're able to do is they don't mind getting in the mud, y'all. They don't mind getting in the mud. It's actually where they do their best fighting. Mean girls do their best fighting in the mud. They don't want to be up on dry land. They don't want to be up here and fight you. They want to be down here, and they want to bring you down here where they have the advantage. One of the ways that they bring you down here is they notice your weaknesses. They know what your weak spot is, and they poke at it. This is why mean girls talk about people who are fat. They bully people. They find your weakness and they poke at it to the point where you can't stay up here no more. Then what you do is you come down here in the mud with them, and then they got you. And that's what Jessica did to Chris. Jessica got Chris, and in the end, she won the fight. She won the fight because in the end, Chris talking about he from royalty, where he showed his royal ass. Just like I called Tequila ghetto. Just like I called her ghetto when she got down in the mud with Janelle, and I said she shouldn't have done it. She let Janelle get the best of her. That's what happened to Chris. Chris let Jessica get the best of him. He got down in that mud with Jessica and he showed his royal ass. And in the end, he looked just as bad, if not worse than Jessica. But let me tell you, Jessica was prepared for that fight. Jessica has been preparing for the showdown with Chris for a long time, because let me tell you, Jessica and Janelle are professional fighters. I keep telling y'all this. This is why I tell you that when you encounter them out in your real life, you need to walk away. You need to walk away, because it's not going to be no good outcome in it. Because even if you're able to take down a mean girl, you're going to get so muddy, so dirty, so ratted up that even if you win, you're not going to feel good about yourself. You're going to come out with bruises and scrapes and scratches on your face, because you might have won the fight in the end, but you had to fight for your life with them, because they're fighters and they do it all the time and they're good at it. Don't get in the ring with them. And Chris got triggered because of his ego. I told y'all last couple of weeks, the reason why Chris and Lee were not going to be able to get along is because they both have big egos. And Jessica knows that about Chris. Jessica knew that Chris's ego was huge. And so what she said was, I'm a poke and I'm a poke and I'm a poke at that ego until he cracks, until he breaks, until he becomes the Jaquilla and he acts ghetto and he starts showing his royal ass. And you know what? That's exactly what he did. He sat up here on TV and said, F you, everything about you and everything you stand for. That man was so mad. Did y'all see? He looked like he was about to cry. He looked like he was about to cry. I mean, the steam was coming out his ears. His mouth, his lips were clenched so hard. He looked like he was about to cry, that he was so angry. The big girl Jessica exposed Chris. Chris been over here all this time talking about he needs a submissive wife. Now we know why. Now we know why, because he can't handle. First of all, he shouldn't be able to have to handle a person like Jessica in the first place. Let me make that perfectly clear. But I can also see with Chris how he doesn't have a tolerance for too much, period. Too much, period. He needs a submissive wife because he does actually also want to do the work on himself in taming that ego of his. He needs to tame that ego more than what he has. He's got some work to do. Just like I always get on women, I tell women, why do you need such a strong leader? Because women are always talking about, I need a strong leader. I need a strong leader. Why? And I always say in my videos, the reason why a lot of women say they need a strong leader is because they don't want to learn how to tone down their mouth. They want to be able to pop off, do whatever they want to do. And now they want a strong leader man so that man can take it. That's what they want. So people walk around and say Chris ain't no strong leader, because what they saying is he can't take the mouth popping off. So that's what a lot of women would say to Chris, he's not a strong leader because he can't stand in the gap and take that mouth of Jessica's or Janelle's. No. This is what I'm going to say. First of all, Chris got some work on being able to control that ego, control his emotions. He's sitting over here talking about other women. Women are too emotional to lead. He needs to learn how to control his emotions. He fought the wrong fight. And the professionals, Jessica and Janelle, got the better of him. Because he really isn't equipped to fight this fight. Chris needs an overly submissive wife, not because he needs a woman always saying no to him. He probably can't take a woman saying no at all. No at all. He got a lot of work to do. I'm telling you, he showed his royal ass on here. He couldn't do what Katarina did. He couldn't walk away. See, let me tell you something. These mean girls, Jessica and Janelle, have tried nearly everybody on this show. They've tried them all. And everybody, different people handle it differently. Like I said, Tequila handled them all wrong. She handled them all wrong. You know, they got on Kira. Remember, they ganged up on Kira. They got her real good. They tried to get Kat, but Kat threw a couple of jabs. And then Kat exited stage left, and she says, I'm not going to get in no fist fight, no brawl with these people. I'm going to walk away. Jessica tried to get Lee this episode. Lee threw her a couple of jabs, and then Lee exited. She handled it right, too. But Chris, he didn't handle it right. Because remember, Chris's whole ego is about respect me as a man, respect me as a man. And all Jessica knew that she had to do was keep poking at that little trigger in him where he feels disrespected. And she knew she'd get him, and she got him. Let me tell you, you know who coached her? Janelle. Janelle coached her. And what the game plan was, when you go into this, Jessica, just keep your cool. Just keep your cool. Don't relinquish to him. Stand your ground. Stand your ground, right? Keep your tone low so he don't have nothing over you, and he's going to snap. They knew perfectly how to handle Chris, and they had the perfect game plan to make him show his role as, but that does not absolve of what I know about Jessica and Janelle, that they are mean girls and they're just professional fighters, and their strategy was better than Chris's.